So, okay. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kaylee Taylor. I am the Business Development and Marketing Manager for Green Home Loans. And our main goal is to meet with our agent partners, understand your origination strategies and what we can do to help support you in your business. It can be a variety of things to helping with open houses, social media marketing, business planning, whatever it is, we're here to help. We also have our amazing co-owner of Green Home Loans on here, Reggie Green. Reg, you want to say what's up? Reggie?
I can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll skip over Reggie, but um, we have this class is instructed by Bree. Bree is with Bree Kruger's with Great American Title. She is our amazing title partner, so helpful, is so good at working with agents, and she is such a great partner in our business. So I know that she will be a great partner in yours. But Bree, take it away.
Yeah. Thank you, Kaylee. If you guys are looking for an awesome support system and need some lending strategies, Green Home Loans is by far the best. I've worked with Reggie and the whole team for many, many years, and they're just phenomenal about what they're able to do for your clients. Um, and yeah, definitely reach out to Kaylee and myself if you need help with lead generation or marketing or social media or business planning or any of that stuff. We'd be happy to sit down with you and really create a custom kind of plan of attack for you guys that sounds like you, that makes sense for you. And we like to do everything very custom, so it really is showcasing you in the way that you want to do business. So, I am going to be going over today marketing with AI and how to leverage AI, right? So, this is whatever platform you use, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Gemini or Grok or any of the different items. I'm just going to be referring it to ChatGPT just because that's the one most people are familiar with. But you can use any of the systems, and the whole purpose is to really help you guys get your time back and leverage that time to really create some great marketing and follow-up systems for you so you can take that guesswork out of it. And I often say it's like having an assistant that is super duper cheap. If you pay for the ChatGPT Pro or any of the Pro accounts, I mean, it's a nominal fee compared to what you get, but you can do all the things I'm going to talk about today on the free version as well. So I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to talk about some of the things that we'll go over, and then I'll jump into a live environment and show you guys how I kind of structure some different prompts and stuff for you guys in your marketing. So we'll talk today about social media, thumbnails, and thumbnails are like YouTube thumbnails, listings, how to leverage it for your listing descriptions and database follow-up, how we use it for newsletters, helping agents send out their newsletters on a monthly basis, and all kinds of good stuff. So, social media, I'm just going to give you guys a couple tips on each subject so that you guys can have your wheels spinning a little bit. But one of the things that I think is great is creating content for consumers where they have the perception that they can't get it anywhere else. And yes, they can go on Zillow and they can search and have a million different choices, but sometimes that gets a little overwhelming for them, especially people who are looking from out of state. We have a large valley compared to a lot of different locations. So having something like the deal of the week in Chandler or the deal of the week in Scottsdale. I see agents do this really well on Instagram. And you can have all of the content for that created within ChatGPT. So let's say that you pick a listing on the MLS hot sheet. It's been there less than 24 hours. Some agents and brokerages prefer you reach out to the listing agent and get permission. Some ask for forgiveness, and they post a couple photos and like a carousel images, I should say, on Instagram, or they'll do a story, deal of the week in North Scottsdale, under 500,000, which doesn't exist, but something like that. That would be something to pique someone's interest where you're providing value to them. Um, and it's cutting out a lot of the noise for them if they were to just go on Zillow and search for a property. It gets you guys some good lead generation through social media if you have a call to action on that. And chat will actually create that call to action for you. You just ask it, please create a call to action for this deal of the week post and provide me a social media description for Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook, wherever you're posting. And then it'll actually give you some hashtags too. Something that just changed on Instagram is that their max hashtag amount is 5. So you have to be, they don't want like everyone doing a ton of different hashtags. Hashtags, in my opinion, are almost dead, but they're still relevant enough where you still want to put some thought into it or have chat put some thought into it for you. Um, Another thing is creating a social media content calendar. Like it is so hard to kind of have a comprehensive content calendar where you can actually where you remember to post it, right? So if you ask chat, create a 12-week social media content calendar for me as a real estate agent in North Phoenix, it'll actually create 12 weeks of content, what you should be posting. And then what I recommend is that you put it on your calendar or for reminders, or you create all of the content on one afternoon and you schedule those posts out so that you don't even have to think about your social media. And there's a lot of tools and stuff that you can use for that. But on your business page for Facebook, anyways, you can actually just schedule them directly within the platform. Video thumbnails. So anyone who's doing YouTube videos, this is super helpful. I go into Canva AI. So if you guys are familiar, Canva is a platform where you can really get creative with all of the graphics and stuff like that. And one of the things that I tried one in chat and one in Canva and one in Grok. And the one that I liked the best, that made the most sense in my opinion, was the one from Canva. And all I put in is give me a YouTube thumbnail for happy hour guide, hot spots in Chandler. So this is what it came up with. Obviously, you can make your own in Canva, but this saved a ton of time. It was done in like 1 minute. And then the follow-up to that could be, okay, create 10 more YouTube thumbnails for me on these topics. Maybe it's the best date night, the best place dog park to take your dog in so and so area. Maybe it's the best place to have a girls' brunch. Whatever the content that you want, you can build upon this and it'll actually generate it for you. So that saves you a ton of time. And then just practical material. I want to talk about that for a minute. Leverage this for your everyday type stuff, like create a pre-listing checklist for my homeowner looking to sell. And then a lot of the agents that that I work with and that Kaylee works with, you can send that to either of us and we can make it look super pretty. And we have an in-house print shop at Great American, so we can actually print those for you. Anything that you can think of, we can print. And you can have that as part of your listing presentation. I mean, I have agents that do a buyer's presentation and they have a checklist that they've created in chat and that we've made it super pretty with their branding and stuff. It just really sets you apart for your potential clients. ChatGPT create content for my October newsletter to past clients and potential buyers and sellers in Arizona. So I do recommend all agents should be doing a monthly newsletter. If you need help with that, let myself or Kaylee know. We can go over what is working really well for agent newsletters. Yes, you want to put some real estate stuff in there, of course, but what's working really well is a lot of the lifestyle content. So top events that are going on around the valley. Maybe they're doing something special for in your neighborhood, like an HOA thing, and you're sending it out just to your HOA group. Or you can keep it general and have it be for Maricopa County, having stats, having decorating tips, having a recipe, having things that have sold recently in the last 24 hours. There's just tons and tons of different ways you can provide value through a newsletter. Another way is create a monthly postcard campaign that I want to send out to homeowners. I mean, it comes up with some really great stuff, and I'll show you that here in the live environment. But if you're stuck with your marketing, let chat or AI really help you create more content for you that you don't have to even think about. And then, of course, you can make it your own, and I do recommend that. You want it to sound like you, and you want it to be in your tone that you speak in, so people can convey that message when they're receiving the information, but it'll give you a really good start. One of the ones that I did recently with an agent is create 10 pop-by ideas with things for October to give to past clients. So this agent was looking to do some pop-bys for past clients. They wanted it to be not super expensive, so like under $1 or $2, and then create some pop-by sayings that we could then take those sayings, and I put it on a pop-by tag and design it and have those printed, and they could staple it on or they could tie it on depending on the type of item that they're popping by with. But one of the ones that is working really well right now is doing the little bags of popcorn and having a pop by tag. I mean, it's an old school Buffini thing, but it's working really well, and agents are getting a response out of people from it. So just something simple, but something that is really cool to be in front of your clients, and something simple. All right, listing descriptions. I remember back in the day, I mean, we used to spend like an hour putting together a listing presentation or a listing description. You don't have to do that anymore. It's super easy to throw it into AI, create a listing description for a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home in Chandler, Arizona. You can even get more specific, that has a pool, that has an outdoor kitchen area, that has a formal living and dining room area, that has high ceilings, that has all wood floors throughout the house. You can get specific in here, and it'll provide you a really great listing description. And then you can obviously come in here and create a little more personal touches. Like, let's say they have a waterfall island, they have bar seating and custom lighting. You can go in here and really tweak it to make it as applicable as you need to. But that will take you literally like 1 minute compared to the 1 hour that we used to spend putting together those listing descriptions. All right, database follow-up. So I mentioned earlier creating a social media follow-up or a social media calendar. You can do the same thing for your newsletter campaigns. And you can say, create a 12-week monthly newsletter campaign where I'll be sending my real estate newsletter with home decor, market stats, events in Chandler, Arizona, highlight a local business, and showcase properties for sale. So a lot of this newsletter that you see right here, we put it together for agents and we create the content of it besides the local events and stats. We create the content of that from using chat. And then we pop in a local business that is applicable to their area that they want to highlight, and maybe a coupon code if they have a coupon or a buy one, get one free appetizer for the restaurant or whatever the local business is. People love supporting local. So anytime you can invest in your local community and highlight a local business, it's fantastic. The next layer I would put on here is going out and interviewing the manager or the business owner and putting it on YouTube Shorts, and I should say not or and putting it on your Instagram and your Facebook. And make sure to tag them because they're going to share it with all of their people that follow them on social media. And of course, you're going to be tagged in it. So it gives you a lot more exposure as well. When it comes to video, the super polished videos are great and all, but people want the more authentic, I'm talking to a friend, casual type videos right now. I think people are kind of oversaturated with the whole perfect videographer, all of that kind of stuff. So even just doing on a selfie on a tripod and interviewing a local business, I think would gain more attention. Um, that would really allow you to show up for your community, but also to show that community is important to you. All right, speaking of video, you can say, give me 35 video ideas as a real estate agent in Chandler. Um, this is so great because not only can you ask for video ideas, you can ask for a script. So I mentioned down here, create video scripts under 2 minutes about blank. So whatever the ideas came up in here, you can go deeper and say, create video scripts under 2 minutes for all 35 ideas, and it'll just pull it up for you. So you don't have to think about, okay, I have to write a script. I have to sound this way. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just leverage your AI to create all of that stuff. I want to mention blogging. Blogging is back in. It was super popular. I don't know how long you guys have been in the business, but it was popular. We used to all be on Active Rain, if you guys remember that. And then in the last, I don't know, 10 years, it's kind of dropped off. Blogging hasn't been as important. Blogging is back. People are reading blogs. People want to consume content that way. So something that you could do is put into AI, give me 10 topics for blogs. And then make it your own, put it in your own words a little bit, and then put it on your website. And then from your website, you can then share it on your social media and have people read it that way. Another thing that would be great when you're talking about blogs is putting it on your Google My Business post. They have a post section because obviously that's going to be crawled by Google. And that is also going to be crawled by AI. So if a consumer puts in that exact question that you talk about in your blog, and make sure to be specific in your blogs, kind of don't make it general. But if someone, a consumer or homeowner, is looking to sell in a specific zip code and they're like, what are the top 5 steps I need to do to sell my home in Vistancia? You can actually have a blog on that. You post it on your Google My Business under the post. AI is going to crawl that. So if someone is looking up in Grok or Gemini or Chat, that topic, your information is going to populate for them to read that blog. So it's a great way for lead gen. And then create a past client review template. So I hear a lot of agents kind of struggle with getting reviews, and that's normal. And I think part of it is you don't know how to ask, when to ask, what the wording is. and there's no follow-up after the fact to get that review from your past client. We used to get all our reviews before closing. It just it just makes things more consistent of, hey, we got a review for this person. They're going to be super happy, hopefully, at the closing table. And then after they close, they're thinking about moving. They're thinking about all the things that they need to do, setting up all their utilities. Like they're not in the right mindset to create a really stellar client review. So put together a template and you can copy and paste it to every single one of your sellers or buyers and have an email template already created. Have chat or AI create that for you and give them some examples. So, one of the things that a lot of people come back at to the real estate agent is, what do you want me to write? And you're like, I don't know, say something good. So, give them a couple and ask AI to create a couple client review examples for you that you can have in that email. And then also make sure to have all your different links to the different profiles that you want to have them write a review on. Something that we used to do is we loved Zillow reviews, Google reviews, of course, is number one, and also like a Facebook or LinkedIn review. Have all of those links in that review template that you're going to be sending them. Now, if you have a CRM system, this is something you can schedule within your CRM, and that's something that you can put in your workflow in the buyer or seller transaction side and automate that as much as possible. So you don't have to remember to send them that email template or that email reminding them to create a review. And I'm going to talk about lifestyle guides. Those are working really, really well for the agents. That's something that I've created a ton of and people are loving, is creating a lifestyle guide. And I'll show you what that looks like in a live environment. But people want to know what it's like to be living in that area. So the lifestyle guide talks about schools, it talks about just some of the amenities that are in that area, kind of what's the lifestyle like within that area. Is it a lot of, is it an active community? Is there a lot of hiking trails? Is there a lot of business and infrastructure? Are there a lot of big companies coming to that area? So anything that's going to really make them understand what it's like to really live in that area. And these are things that the lifestyle guides I would recommend that you bring with you to your buyers. Maybe they're like, hey, I really want to be in Chandler, but I want more information about living in Chandler. So that's something that you can definitely have. Also, having them at open houses are great. So we'll print them for you and we'll make them pretty first and then print them for you. But we can, having those at open houses, I mean, it's the number one thing that's taken from the open house. And people don't throw them away because they're in a brochure style. So people feel bad to throw those away. They feel bad always to throw away maps, folders, and the brochures. Just a quick tip. And then you can also create a Facebook campaign for your new listing. Always leverage AI to create all this content for you guys, because otherwise you're going to be working on your business more than you're working in your business, and it has to be a balance of both.
Hey,
Also,
Bree.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. We have a question in here. Karen was asking, would you send a blurb about a lifestyle in a certain area in your newsletter?
It depends on who you're sending those out to. So if you're sending it out to people and you have past clients in your sphere all over the valley, you can do something like highlighting Buckeye, Arizona this month, and this is why. And then the next month it could be highlighting Maricopa, this is why. So you can incorporate it even if it's going to all over the valley. You could do like a almost like a highlight specific to a area rather in addition to a business. Or you can keep it general if you want. But that would be a great blog post is lifestyle in Chandler, lifestyle, what to expect when you're living in South Scottsdale. All of those types of lifestyle content are what people are really looking for in blogs, in videos, and posts, in campaigns, in guides, and all over your social media. Good question. All right, on all of your profiles, so your Realtor.com profile, your Zillow profile, your Google My Business profile, any social media that you guys have, your bio needs to um, make sense for that platform. And you can use a lot of the same content on the different platforms, but use AI for them to really tailor specifically the bio to that platform. So, for example, for LinkedIn, we all know that you have like that paragraph that you can put in. Have your bio be in that format where you don't have to worry about it. Have AI do that for you. Now on Instagram, you have like very few characters that you can put in your bio at the top. So you will want to ask AI, create my bio for me in Instagram, and it'll create a totally different set of words and sentences than it would in, let's say, LinkedIn. So instead of trying to figure out, okay, this platform has this many characters and this platform I can do this, just ask AI to do it and retouch it up so that it makes the most sense for you and your business. We did creating video scripts. All right, let's talk about lead gen. So there's some cool stuff that are coming out with AI. Chatbots on websites are super popular. Using AI for people who are coming to your website, them asking questions or more information about a house. There's now chatbots. I'm sure you guys have seen it on every website out there. Even like APS has a chatbot using AI on it now, but it allows to cut down the response time because sometimes you guys are busy. You guys are out in the field a lot. And if someone asks a question on your website, I mean, it's going to be hard to, in real time, respond to that lead who's asking more information on a specific property or an area, etc. So putting a chatbot on your website, it helps answer those FAQs and it does lead capture for you 24 hours a day. So while you're sleeping, someone's on there, AI's on there, and it's actually helping for lead generation for you guys. So check with your website developer. Most website developers have their own chatbots that you can add on, but it's a great addition to have on your website. Smart follow-up emails. So anything that you can do to automate as much as possible within your CRM, or even if you don't have a CRM, maybe you have some templates within your Gmail or your Outlook that you just can copy and paste, especially with those first touches of like, hey, I would like more information about 123 Main Street. You can do an auto response that says, thank you for reaching out for 123 Main Street. Let me get you some more information. What's the best way to communicate with you? Text, email, phone call. So you can put in those smart follow-up emails to automate that response to inquiries. And then you can also do CRM automation completely. Like, let's say you want to do some drip campaigns that go out to your past clients, leverage AI to help organize and send those emails out automatically. You can schedule in almost every single CRM that I've seen. So you can put a campaign together that goes out automatically and AI will write those emails for you. All right, lead scoring. AI evaluates which leads are most likely to convert. So you can actually put in AI, I got these 3 leads, which are the most likely to convert? And it'll tell you based on, you can put in like different factors, like they've been to the website 6 times, they looked at this house 3 times. It'll actually evaluate the leads that are coming in through your platform. So that's pretty cool. Another way lead scoring is through like HomeBot or Home Evaluation Tool. You can look at the back end of your platform and it'll tell you who is your highest priority based on their behaviors within the site. And most websites do this as well. So it's in your analytics where it's now using AI to do it. But you can kind of see who is a hot client that you can really reach out to and be more proactive with those clients. So predictive analytics, we kind of talked about that. CRM automation, organize and prioritize your client follow-ups. We kind of talked about that. Behavior tracking, monitor how leads interact with listings and site content. And then AI-powered ads. So target the right audience with precision. So let's say that you're going to do a Facebook ad campaign, and you're like, hey, I can't really, because of the housing laws, I can't specifically target anymore a direct, I guess, audience. But you can say, this is my ideal audience. Put this into chat. My ideal person to buy or sell is this, this, and this. And it'll create the content around what you put in so that you can then provide that content and that ad within Facebook. Even though you can't do the audience, you're generating the content specific for the people who you want to attract, right? So you can create the creative part of it within the right target audience that you're wishing to receive. Local SEO, so generating keywords for any of your niches. So when you're talking about doing blogs and stuff like that, when let's say that you write a blog or have AI write a blog and you kind of tweak it, make it your own, you can ask it then to generate keywords for you. And you can even say, here's my blog. Thank you for helping me write this blog. Now, can you make it SEO optimized for Google My Business or for my website or for wherever you're putting the content on? So having that local SEO that AI can actually build right in. And I would also take it a step further and ask AI, based on current optimization strategies, please create SEO optimization for this blog because the algorithms change all the time. They do that on purpose, but AI is in real time. So it can really provide you what's working right now for SEO optimization. And you can use it, SEO and AI on all of your on the back end of your website too. So back in the day, we used to hand code this in, which is crazy to think about now. But now you can change the different SEO and optimize your website on the back end with a couple clicks because it's all very user friendly now compared to what it used to be. All right, neighborhood guides. We kind of talked about the lifestyle guides, but another great thing to do is relocation guides. So I have an agent who has a ton of business coming from Washington, like I'm sure many of you guys do. So she created a relocation guide specifically from Washington to Arizona. And it talks about some of the things in Washington. She's also from Washington. So she put a lot of her personal touches on it. And then she wrapped that into a relocation guide, relocating here to Arizona. Talks about her 10 favorite things that she loves about Arizona and all kinds of other stuff. So think about that. And if you're interested in putting one together, just let me know. And then automating prospecting messages. So outreach on LinkedIn, maybe it's email, maybe it's social media. I'm sure you guys have seen on some of the agents' Instagram profiles, they have that autoresponder. And you can have AI create that autoresponder messaging for you, and then you can put that up there. But even on like LinkedIn, if someone reaches out, have like canned templates of messages that you can just copy and paste so you don't have to be overwhelmed with all of the messaging platforms that can really be time consuming. Okay, branding. So branding's super important, especially nowadays. People want to resonate with the brand. So generating content based on your branding is super important. And I think a lot of it has to do with um, people want to connect with people. I mean, especially since 2020, we felt very disconnected as a whole, and now people want to connect with people and they want real, authentic companies that they work with and people that they work with for their services. So, generating some branding around you and the way that you like to do business is super important. I know back in the day, we used to all do whatever the brokerage colors were. Nowadays, people just really want to resonate with you as a person and as a professional. So ask chat or AI to create some branding examples for you and put in specifically what type of message you're trying to convey. So if it's luxury, if it's first-time homeowners, if it's veterans, um, whoever your ideal audience is, put that into AI and it'll give you some branding recommendations that are working right now. We kind of talked about a lot of the stuff, so scripts, market updates. One of the cool things that I recently saw is an agent had taken the Altos market report, which, if you guys aren't familiar, it's just a stats information, or you could even do a screenshot of Cromford or a screenshot of Armless's market summary stats, upload that into AI and say, please create a one paragraph explanation of what this chart shows, and it'll actually analyze the chart and it'll put it into real words for then you can put on your blog, you can make a video about it, you can say, hey, thank you for that. Can you make a social media post for me? Can you make an email about this? Can you make a 2-minute video script for me on this? There's lots of things that you can do with that type of content. Same with like creating client tips. So maybe you want to do a client tip for every single month you want to highlight something that your clients love that you do, or something that your clients didn't know that they've said really helped them with your expertise. All of that stuff can be in AI. AI copywriting for social media, email newsletters we talked about, turning blogs into social reel posts, reels, and email snippets, SEO. And then make sure with your brand voice consistency to train AI to match the tone of your marketing. And it will start to learn you. You just have to put in how you communicate and how you want your information to be received by your potential clients or past clients. And it'll start to learn how you deliver the information. I've also had agents who upload a video of them talking, doing a sample buyer presentation or a sample listing presentation, just themselves talking to a fake person that's off camera and uploading that into AI and say, using my tone, please create blank, blank, and blank. So you can train it to really match your tone for your marketing. Canva's my favorite for AI design. So creating flyers, templates, postcards, and social media graphics. Chat's almost there and it does some things well, but not quite the same level of um, the same kind of level when it comes to the graphics within these templates. YouTube titles and thumbnails, make sure to have it generate all of those video hooks, all the call to actions, even the titles of your videos. Put in specific, like, hey, I'm going to highlight a local business in Scottsdale, Arizona. This business is focused on moms who are working and want to do, maybe it's like a playtime yoga for kids. And describe it in detail and then ask it, please give me some video hooks. Please give me some YouTube titles. Please generate a thumbnail. Please create SEO, create the Facebook posts, the Instagram posts, all of the things that you can just build within that one idea. And then market report summaries. So simplify complex data into client-friendly updates. And then maybe you put that in your blog. You know, that's a great way to really come as the authority in your marketplace, is to summarize things that tend to be a little more difficult to understand to someone who's not in the real estate industry. Some additional ideas, buyer seller guides. So generating step-by-step educational material, personalizing email messages, appointment reminders. I mean, even translation. We have a lot of agents who also do have Spanish speaking clients, and it's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it gives me a baseline when I put a specific marketing item into AI. It'll translate it for me, and then I'll send it to the agent, and he or she might tweak it a little bit, but it creates a lot of translation really quickly when it comes to it. Another cool thing that I see agents doing is summarizing complex legal documents. So, as you guys know, there's so many different things that within the process when it comes to explaining legal documents. Obviously, you're not a lawyer, but I know a lot of agents really have that desire to help their clients understand the information, which is part of being a real estate agent's job. So, any way you can summarize a legal document and put it into words and phrases that they understand, AI is actually really good for it. You can also do transcribing your Zoom calls. Maybe you're meeting a client on Zoom and they're out of state and you want to put together some summary from a call that you had or a video call, whatever it is. You can also do it on your phone too if you want, and it'll actually summarize the whole thing for you, which is pretty cool. FAQ, any type of common buyer seller questions, you can ask AI to create the questions and then create the answers. Review responses. When you guys get a review, make sure that you are replying to every single review on every single platform. It's super important. That's part of what Google and all the algorithms look at, is how active are you? And if someone leaves you a review, are you replying to them? So have a couple very thoughtful, professional replies that you've created with AI that you can copy and paste into those different platforms. And then presentations, like if you want a buyer seller listing presentation, Canva is really good at creating those. All right, staging suggestions. You can actually say, upload a picture of a room and say, can I get some recommendations for virtual staging? Now, you can also say, create virtual staging for me using AI for this room. I want a dining room table that's square with 4 chairs. I want paintings on the walls that are serene and very mute colors. A lot of the AI out there right now for staging is getting pretty impressive. Do we have a question? Oh. Yeah, definitely, Michael. I wouldn't put their personal information. I wouldn't upload. So the question Michael had is to be cautious about summarizing contracts and docs. I wouldn't necessarily do it for contracts or anything where their personal information is. It would more so be like, here is the buyer broker agreement that I'm going to have my client sign. What is a one paragraph summary to explain why the buyer broker is created? Do you have privacy concerns for the summaries of conversations? I mean, that's a good question. It's whatever you're comfortable with. I don't ever put in like their information into the system. A lot of times it's just summarize my client meeting we had on Zoom today. So it's not necessarily any sensitive information or anything where they have their social or their address or anything like that. It's more so just maybe you're doing a buyer presentation or maybe you're doing a phone call to see what they're interested in looking at when they come to town. So, Karen, how would it know what was said on Zoom? There's a recording feature on Zoom. We're recording right now, so you can record it and then paste the link into AI and it'll summarize it for you. And then also, Zoom has their own summarizing AI tool as well. Personally, I like to upload it to my AI myself. I think Zoom has it almost, but not quite there. Good questions. All right, you can also do photo enhancement in AI, which is pretty cool. Maybe one of the lights are out in a specific room. You can, and I know I've had that happen, like all the lights work under the fan in a specific bedroom, and then the photographer shows up that day and one of the light bulbs are out. And the photographer's there and he's needing to get it done. You can actually improve listing photos with saying, please make this brighter, please provide more light from the left side. Or from within under the fan, or any of the things to really help improve in the editing of that. Video walkthrough creation. So you can actually create property highlight reels walking through a specific home all through AI, and they use just the pictures. There's tons of apps out there right now that use them, and if you're interested, let me know. But they'll do video walkthrough creation based on your photos, which is pretty cool. One of my favorite things to do in AI for listings is they'll create a digital floor plan for you, which is awesome. So you can send them the listing within AI and say, please create a digital floor plan for me. And it'll, one, search for the records online, and two, create the digital floor plan. Now, they're not right 100% of the time, but it's a good starting point for you to then correct the AI and say, actually, the bedroom is on the left side, not the right side, and so and so. So definitely leverage that. You can talk about predictive pricing and listing prices, and you can throw that into it and say, here is 10 comps within the area. What would you suggest based on this for a high, medium, and low listing price? And then you can say, quickly summarize the CMA reports. Maybe you send an RPR report, you can upload that in, or you can just give an address with some comps if that's more comfortable for you, and say, please give me a summarized CMA report. Karen, do you need to ask permission for that bringing attention? You don't have to ask permission to record a client conversation. I mean, a lot of CRMs already have the option to record a client and your phone call within a conversation if you are calling through your CRM platform. In the US, we don't, it's not required to get permission. Do we use a different app to create a video walkthrough? You can definitely you can use chat. There's some other options out there that I'll send out in the email that does a little better job, actually a lot better job of creating the walkthrough videos. And then you can also do an offer analysis, which I think this is kind of cool. Like ask AI to create strengths and weaknesses of the multiple offers. So you have a seller, and let's say you priced it really good and it's a great location, and you have three offers on the table. You can say, hey, here is the specifics of each offer. Like this one's financing, this one's 50% down, this one is just any other specifics within each of the multiple offers. And then you can ask it to kind of analysis it and then provide like net values and stuff too. Which if you just need the net value, we have a great app for that. It's called the GAT1 app. It's free. It allows you to kind of offer multiple different properties right next to each other so you can see the net value of the different offers based on the qualifications of what that offer entails. But if you want more of talking points or more of a summary, then I would definitely put the specifics qualifications in for each offer and then ask for it to summarize for you. All right, transaction timeline management. So automate task reminders and deadlines. Put that into either your calendar or your CRM. Have AI create the timeline for you. Obviously, you guys know the timeline as real estate agents. And what I mean by ask AI is say, here's the process of buying a home in Arizona. When should I reach out as a task reminder within the process of this timeline? So you're not having AI tell you what is the process of the transaction. It's providing you the task reminders and when those task reminders should be set so that you can automate your workflow in your CRM or your calendar. If that makes sense. Some agents are using document drafting within AI. Just be careful with that. It's not a legal department. I will put that out there. But some people are using it to draft specifics when it comes to specific properties and stuff like that, and then sending it over to a lawyer and saying, does this look right? Client update summaries. So weekly status updates. I mean, that's something that's really cool. Something that we used to do back in the day is we actually used BombBomb to do a video weekly update for all listings. So just a quick video, and then we would write in the email as well, just a summary of what's going on with the listing this week, how many showings, what was the feedback, what's the new listing around the corner listed for? Are they getting showings? So doing a weekly status update, you can do it in written format, and then you can say, ask AI, hey, create a 2-minute video script or 1-minute video script that goes over it. You can upload it into BombBomb and send it out, or you can create just the written portion of it and send it via email. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about other things that you can use AI for real quick. Obviously, repetitive admin tasks, calendar optimization. So you can say, please prioritize my calendar. Here's a screenshot of what I have this week. You can do note taking, voice to text, and AI. I mean, even my notes app on my phone, you could do the video or the audio recording where you can talk your notes into your note section, and then you can then say, please remind me of to reach out and do a follow-up email for this client. And then everything's already in virtually, so you can copy and paste it into an email and send it out. Idea brainstorming. This is great if you're putting together campaigns or social media, or even like maybe you're doing a local event in your neighborhood. Ask AI to create some, what are the 10 things I need to know to create an event in my area? What items should I bring? My event is this. Or maybe you're asking, what are the top 10 events I should be doing in my neighborhood? So just start thinking about that, using it for brainstorming. We talked about AI market trends, networking. So you can even use AI to create messages for your referral partners. Time management, AI can analyze your work week for efficiency improvements. Fitness schedule, so keeping your mind and body on track. You can even do, hey, create a meditation schedule for me or a workout schedule for me. You can have AI give you reminders to take breaks or have family time or have productivity boosts. And you can even do meal prep, something that's cool. All of these things that allow AI to leverage your time to really have the ability to do what you guys love best, which is being in front of clients and having family time and having a personal life. So that's the goal with AI, is to really help you guys get some of your time back. This is an example of 1 page or 1.5 pages of the lifestyle guide. Here's a pop-by tag we created using AI. Life in the Meadows. This was an events postcard one of our agents did. We asked AI for the events. Pre-listing checklists. So we asked AI to create the pre-listing checklist, and then our marketing team made it pretty. The best things to do in Phoenix in summer 2025. This was a YouTube thumbnail, but also the content in here was pulled from AI. DBAC schedule, this was in 2025. So we asked AI to create the schedule for us, and then our marketing department made it pretty. And here's a social media post. It was a reel, the best outdoor patio dining in Scottsdale. And we asked AI to give us some of people's favorites based on reviews, people's favorites outdoor patio dining in Scottsdale. Here's the front and back cover of like a lifestyle guide. Another thing is to do like, okay, what are the best summer staycations or the best Mother's Day events and activities. So all of that stuff can be leveraged through AI. Here's another pop-by tag. This was information that an agent wanted on a door knocker. We pulled it from AI and then we made it pretty. The Best of the Valley, that's a guide of top restaurants, spas, shopping, and more. Just a valley guide, kind of more general than specific to a specific area. And then this is a letter of the heart. If it's something that a lot of agents do, it's just like a long Christmas card version of what's going on in their world. It's supposed to be personal, and I recommend doing it quarterly. It's just like an extended Christmas letter. All right, I have a free guide of the 50 best ways to use AI in your business. And if you're interested, go ahead and email me. I'll send that over to you guys. And I wanted to just go in quickly. I know we're at time. I wanted to go into a live environment where I can show you guys just different ways. I mean, I even use it for create a subject line for a community open house in North Scottsdale, and it'll actually create lots of versions for you. I posted a new headshot. I said, create a social media post for me based on my headshot. I didn't upload my headshot. I just asked with words for it. 12-month content calendar idea for an ideal client attraction. I asked it this. It specifies different channels. I could then respond back and say, yes, please create a email newsletter for me and repurpose it for Instagram. There's just so much you guys can do with it. I just think it's just a great tool that you guys can leverage. I put in some Q&A questions that I ask the highlighted agents in the Scottsdale Luxe Living magazine that we have, and I just added it and said please format it where each of the questions are on an individual line because it kept being in paragraph form, and it did that in 2 seconds. So there's a lot of practical reasons to use it as well, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this class. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you want the 50 ways to Jennifer Rogers. Yes, I do use the pro version of chat, but I didn't until probably 2 months ago. So there's a lot you can do on the free version. Oh, yep. I'll put my contact info in the chat. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bree. That was awesome. I swear I learn new stuff every time we do this class. I'm not utilizing it to its full potential. So I think it's such a helpful class. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. I'll send out an email with the recording and I'll include Bree's info on there as well. So if you guys have questions or need anything, you can reach out to her. But I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Tuesday. And
thank you very much. I'm sorry to interrupt. This is George, but this is a non-chat related question. Can anybody help me, please, eliminate that big camera up here? George Haith is a big camera on my screen. I can't seem to get rid of it and able to just have my name. Is there a quick fix for that? Anyone know of? You see the camera?
I've never seen that.
I
see it.
either.
I've never seen that.
Usually
I wonder
it'll
if it's
just say your name.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to say my name. That's all. I've been clicking.
Is it possible that it has your photo? Because you can also put a photo as just your.
I haven't given it any new photos or anything.
No?
I haven't done anything to add a photo, to remove one. It never had a photo. It would either be a live picture of me or just a like Merca right there. It would just say your name with a line through the video. But okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to hold you up.
George, if you hover your mouse, don't click, over that little rectangular thing, there should be a little blue box that pops up in the top right corner.
Right. Can you see what I'm doing?
Click on, no, I can't. Click on the blue box with the 3 little dots.
Yes. Right click or click on it?
Just click on it.
Okay.
Does it drop down and give you any options for adding
It says rename rename, add pin, or include self-view. Rename, add pin, or hide self-view. That's those three little dots in the right-hand corner.
Is
Nope.
your camera on, or do you have, by any chance, a shutter over it?
Over to the far right corner where it says view, and then it says pop out, and then minimize. I mean, I can't tell if the camera's on or off. I don't know.
Actually, on your webcam or on your laptop,
Yes.
is the camera on, or do you have a shutter over it?
He probably has it off. I mean, he
Okay.
has the camera on, off.
Okay,
That's what I'm
so
thinking.
select the camera. HP, True Vision, mirror, my video, blur, my
Do you have
back.
a physical shutter that you uncover or slide to the right or something?
See now, like right, I just clicked on down at the far left corner. I clicked on what looked like I'm going to call that a recording or video. It says start video. And there's my name up there beside. Is it Kaylee? I'm sorry, Greenleaf wrong.
Yep. Well, now
Kaylee?
it just shows your name.
Okay,
instead
now
of the.
now if I just click on that, let me see if it shows. Oh, that's all right. Nope, back to that camera thing.
Went back to the camera.
Oh God. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you folks. I just thought I don't know what the deal is.
George, sometimes you might need to like update your Zoom or update your computer. I know like sometimes my like video won't work or my audio, and I'll just update or restart my computer, and then sometimes stuff just goes back to normal.
Okay. Again, thank you folks for trying to help. But now I do just see my name up there. I don't see that picture of that camera, if you will, up there anymore.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Do you see that as well?
Yep, it just shows your name.
Okay.
And Jennifer added some instructions on here too that might help in the chat.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Y'all and this was a great session. I'm giving. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Jennifer, for doing that. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Okay.